In agriculture, whenever technology is involved, I think the most important thing to realize over here is that the customers you're dealing with aren't traditional users of technology. They aren't old users of technology. Many of them are first-time users and many of them are first-time users on mobile. So any kind of technology that you're building over there, the underlying thing is that it needs to be simple. It needs to not deviate much from their current way of doing things, and it needs to provide a very tangible benefit for them. Incremental changes for agriculture in terms of technology will not really lead to high adoption. It has to be a very tangible impact. There has to be a tangible impact, and then people will take to adopting it, but it will still be slower than other industries, so you have to be more patient. A lot of the initial challenge is that as an industry, agriculture is unstructured and there is no one repository of information that exists. So today a lot of the information that exists in this industry is in the heads of people, whether it be the farmer, whether it be a trader, whether it be a transporter who has been providing transportation. Now to be able to take all of that and actually make important decisions based on it. We all talk about big data, but this is kind of an actual implementation of it, where you have to consider these different aspects, structure it, and then be able to take decisions on it. And that was not an initial challenge, that's a challenge we've been facing throughout. And I think another one which was there definitely in the initial stages was taking the plunge and actually getting down to the grassroots level and understanding the problems really well, because you cannot do that sitting in a city, you cannot do that away from the entire ecosystem. So you actually have to make that plunge, go there, spend the time, spend the effort, and then only will you have still an inkling of what you need to do. It's not about the fact that farmers are not willing to try technology. It's just that today if you do go with technology to them, the question they will ask is, like if you go and say that you have something that runs on a smartphone, the question that they'll ask you is, why would a normal feature phone not work? Why would I need a smartphone for this? And you tell them the advantages and you try and convince them as you may. But making that change from a 500,000 rupee feature phone to, let's say, even today a 3,000 rupee smartphone, that's a jump for them. So you have to be able to demonstrate that. You have to justify the 2,000 rupee price change. So you have to demonstrate that value to them, and then they'll adopt. And even then, it's not necessary that everyone will adopt it at the same time, or the farmer will adopt it. It will be someone in his family. Normally what we end up seeing is that it's the kids and the younger people in the family who end up adopting it and then explaining it to their parents, who are the farmers in the case. And that's enough for us. I mean, it's not a social lab that we need the child and the mother and the father, all of them to be online. So that helps. I think it's very promising. Firstly, it's promising that so many people are looking to make a change and make a difference, because it's not one of the traditional areas where you think about startups, technology startups in the first place. It's not a very sexy area to work in. So that's very encouraging that people are getting into it. And I think the second thing that is most important for this industry as a whole is to be patient and is to keep growing and to keep building towards it, because it's incremental changes. There is no scope of virality over here. There is no scope of just blowing up one night and becoming an overnight success, although there very rarely are. So it's about, first, it's encouraging that people are getting into it. There definitely needs to be a lot of more initiative also by other traditional organizations, by governmental authorities that will aid it, because we are limited and we have to work within the current scope of the ecosystem. And then for people to stick to it and keep doing it. That's, I think, the important thing.